My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 168. In this lecture, we will try to understand ANOVA with the help of Python. In the previous class, we discussed the concept behind ANOVA. In this class, with the help of Python, we will try to solve the problem which we discussed in my previous lecture, that is in lecture number 167. In previous class, we solved it manually. Now we will solve it with the help of Python built-in function known as scipy.stats.f_1way. What is the purpose? What is the use of this particular function? We will try to understand. It performs one-way ANOVA. You must understand it is useful to perform one-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA. That's it says. That's what it says. The one-way ANOVA test the null hypothesis that two or more groups have same population mean. It checks whether two or more groups have same population mean. The test is applied to samples from two or more groups, possibly with different sizes. What are the parameters for this particular function? Parameters, I can say, if you consider our previous problem, problem which we discussed in previous lecture, we had two samples, isn't it? Therefore, parameters to this particular function is sample1 comma sample2 comma sample3. You can supply parameters as first sample, second sample, third sample. For example, in previous lecture we discussed for 3 samples. Therefore, I can say sample1, sample2, sample3 are parameters. The sample measurements for each group, there must be at least 2 arguments. That you must understand. It must have at least 2 arguments. At least 2 arguments. I can say at least 2 samples. If you want to perform one-way ANOVA, you must supply at least two samples. That's what it says. What about next one? This function, what it returns? It returns 2 values. First one is, I can say, this is statistic and p-value. What is the statistics? Basically, it is a float type value. Therefore, the computed F statistic, I can say this is the computed, what it is? Computed F statistic. That's F value, I can say. What is P value? It is also a float type value. What will it give? The associated, I can say this is the associated p-value. It will give associated p-value from the F distribution. Isn't it? It takes samples as an argument, as a parameters. It returns F statistic, that is nothing but F statistic, that is F distribution value, and p-value, the associated p-value from the F distribution you can find in p-value. Anyway, we will try to execute this simple function after few minutes. Now, there are few assumptions. When can you apply? I can say the ANOVA test has important assumptions that must be satisfied in order for the associated p-value to be valid. I will repeat this concept is important. The ANOVA test has important assumptions that must be satisfied in order for the associated p-value to be valid. First, to be valid, what is my first assumption? The samples are independent. This is first assumption. What is my assumption? The samples are independent. My second assumption is each sample is from a normally distributed population. My third assumption is the population standard deviations of the groups are all equal. This property is known as homoscedasticity. This property is homoscedasticity. What is homoscedasticity? Homoscedasticity means the population standard deviations of the groups are all equal. Now, we will try to understand that problem which we discussed in my previous lecture. What is that problem? There are three populations. I can say we have three samples, isn't it? Blackboard, case presentation, PPT. This was the problem which was discussed in previous lecture. What is the problem is there are three different teaching methodologies, isn't it? We have three different teaching methodologies. What are they? Blackboard, case presentation, PPT. We have to say which teaching methodology is more influential on the student performance. How can I do it? With the help of Python. Just it's simple and straightforward. One can make use. A equal to 432. What does it mean? I am collecting first group values. These 432 I am keeping in an array A, isn't it? Next, what is my B? I am storing values of my case presentation in B, isn't it? Now, what is this PPT? What are the values of PPT? 213. I am storing that 213 in an array C, isn't it? Now, what I have to do? Just see stats.f. That's what we were saying. Stats.f underscore one way. What is the use of the stats.f underscore one way? It performs one-way ANOVA. One way. What is the use of this one? It performs one-way ANOVA. Isn't it? Yes. Now, what are the parameters? What are the parameters or what are the arguments? A, B, C. What is my A? First population or first sample. What is my B? Second one. What is my C? Third one. Just if we execute this, what will it return? As I told you, it will return two values. First one is, what is this? Statistic. And the second one, what is statistic? Statistics, the computed F statistic. You will get the computed F statistic you will get, isn't it? F statistic. And what about another one? It will return p-value. What is this p-value? P-value means the associated. What is p-value? The associated p-value. The associated p-value from the F distribution. I can say like this, from the F distribution, isn't it? Now what happens? Just check it out. Just let me run this one. If you run this one, what happens? You will get this one, F underscore one way result. What is my statistic? My statistic is 1.5. What is statistic? That is F statistic. This is F value. My F value is 1.5. That you must understand. What is my P value? 0.2962, isn't it? That is P value from F distribution, isn't it? Now what I have to do? Let me say like this. Suppose, let me assume alpha equal to 5%, isn't it? Alpha equal to 5%. P value, here just observe, P value is more than what? More than 5%, isn't it? 0.29 is greater than 0.05, isn't it? P value is more than 5%. We have to accept null hypothesis. Accept null hypothesis, that is H naught, isn't it? That's our that's what our previous results also says in previous lecture. Just I request you to refer my previous lecture. There we formed null hypothesis. There also manually we solved this problem. In that lecture also end result is same. In that class also we were saying that accept null hypothesis. We formulated what is null hypothesis, what is alternative hypothesis in my previous lecture, that is in lecture number 167. Just refer that lecture. You can understand what is null hypothesis, what is alternative hypothesis. Here conclusion is important. What is your conclusion? You must accept null hypothesis, isn't it? Just see same code, just I am using this I am executing in Jupyter Notebook. It's nothing more than that. Just let me run this again. Already I executed. Again, if you want, you can run. If you run this one, what will you get? What it says, stats dot. We are reading from SciPy import stats. A equal to 432 means that is first sample. B equal to 246, that is second sample. C equal to 133 third sample. Stats dot f underscore one way ABC. Just it is executed. Now we have got results. What is that result? Statistic equal to 1.5. What is that statistic? Statistic means here computed f statistic, and p value. What is my p value? The associated p value from the f distribution. As I told you, your p value is more than 5%. As we assumed 5% is alpha, I can say you must accept null hypothesis, that is H naught. This lecture is simple lecture. Just go through this lecture. If you have any difficulty, just keep a comment. I will continue my discussion. I will discuss Python code on same problem. I will continue my lecture. I will try to solve same problem in my next class also. We will try to discuss that problem with Python code with a different perspective. Thank you very much.